Greetings YouTube, this is BJ Black, and you're watching part 15 of my Let's Play of Monmouth's Quest Paradox RPG Catalyst chapter. Today we visit the town of Rubiana. All the people in this town have disappeared recently. The only people presently here are guards from Sabasa and researchers. The guards are just guarding what was left behind, and the researchers are researching the same. Like the rumor said, there's no evidence of any kind of fight. So it kind of seems like they all left the village of their own accord. Like the Harpy incident. But unlike the Harpy incident, they're first on foot, if they left, and second, there are a lot more of them, including the elderly and the young. It said they all disappeared in one night. In a couple places it says it was like they just disappeared like smoke disappears, or in a puff of smoke. This guy says that all the items in the item shop have been arrayed out properly. Although normally if you're going on a journey you would take your items with you. This guy says this is the inn and they've been using it, so we can use it too. In this set of drawers is another small medal. And if you go around and talk to all the researchers, you get, well, all the evidence that's available so far. Yep, everybody left everything behind, including their food and their medicines. Again, if they'd been going on a journey, they would want to take some of that stuff. Particularly food. This researcher observes that, in particular, the place has been tidied up before everybody left. Like cleaning your room before disappearing. This researcher says that there were no messages left behind except for this one letter. They say, "We have gone to the world of God." It would seem like some kind of mass suicide thing, but again, no bodies and no sign of struggle, and furthermore, nobody appeared to dissent from the decision. Of course, why there was only one message, we still don't know. I think there's one more house. Yep, no evidence of any kind of fight. Just like a large enough, all those people just disappeared. This person again says they disappeared like smoke. And this one observes that there was a dog kept in this house, but the dog's gone too. In fact, all the pets and the livestock are missing, along with the people. And now, speaking to all the researchers, we get to some of our findings. Meaning we found basically nothing. It's unfathomable what happened here, but we don't know what to do, so we get to move on to Sabasa. This guard, however, has a hint for one of our missions. He's talking about a mountain range off to the northeast. In the middle of it, there's a big tower. According to legends, that's where puppeteers hung out and did their training. And here he tells us how to get there. And Luca figures, hey, maybe we can find something for Chrome. She asks for something puppeteering related. So this is the Cave of the Truth Seekers. If we get through this, we get to the tower. Ilias is still complaining about helping out the necromancer. I won't do this often, but before seeing this scene, I recommend you save. Well, pardon us. This is the puppeteer Kagetsumoi. She's the lord of this tower. Well, this is a traveling hero, Luca. So we ask about string, but she can't give us any. That is what... The magic string is something that puppeteers pass on to their students only. If you're not a puppeteer, she certainly can't give it to you so lightly. Well, gee, that's too bad. No need for apologies, though. It can't be helped that you didn't know. But she does have a tip for us. In the Cave of the Truth Seekers, a number of puppeteers have always trained there, and perhaps they hid away some string for whatever purpose. If you go there into the lowest level, you might find some. Well, Luca says thanks, and Ilias decides to drag him out of there. Now, Luca wants to say more formal thanks, but he's getting dragged. Kagetsumoi, for her part, says no, she doesn't mind. Time is valuable to everyone. Well, what was up with that? That was kind of rude. Kagetsumoi is an extraordinary puppeteer. And exceedingly dangerous monster. Dangerous, huh? Oh, Minnie knew. She knew just looking at her. After all, her clothes were black. So, Kagetsumoi is the title given to the leader of this particular clan. This would be the 4th Kagetsumoi. And as far as puppeteering goes, she is the top of the world at this point. Of the 3 magic arts, they are even higher in skill than the artiste family. Probably, as far as puppeteering in specific, she is several levels higher than Chrome and her family. Oh, May is still in my party, and we'll fix that soon. Ilias regrets to say so, but we can't get involved with those people. They're far too dangerous for us at this point. Is she really that dangerous? Vanilla's glad we didn't anger her. She was thinking about being all friendly because they both wore black. Well, let's go in the Cave of the Truth Seekers for that magic string. And now you know why I had you save. Well, actually no. Now you will learn. Now a mysterious voice asks Kagetsumoi what she thought of the hero. And Kagetsumoi didn't actually get much out of it. They only exchanged a few sentences after all. Well, come on, give me something here. Does it really matter? And here we have Alice VIII. Her Majesty, I guess. Kagetsumoi is one of Alice's highly valued servants. Interesting, Kagetsumoi has different eye color in her portrait as in her graphic. Here we learn that Alice VIII picked out the first Kagetsumoi 500 years ago. And here, the fourth Kagetsumoi has mastered the art at long last. And she vows to be of service to Alice. Here Alice admits that her dreams have been broken twice now, so she's counting on Kagetsumoi. Here she says that the White Rabbit, who has mastered the secret arts of light and dark fusion, even with her power, didn't win against the hero we just met. Kagetsumoi is surprised by this. He didn't seem that talented. And it's a surprise to us too, because I don't recall ever fighting the White Rabbit. Anyway, moving on, Alice wants to talk about her strategy for the upcoming war. She's going to be fielding a small force of very powerful, in fact mythical class monsters. Something more on the order of when the Holy Wars were on, back under Alice VII. These are very much short introductions. The 6 of them only get one line apiece, in fact. This is Aji Dahaka. This one is... actually, I believe the name is Chinese. It seems somehow related to the legend of Son Goku, but... as I suspect it's a Chinese name, I'm not even going to try and pronounce it. This is Quetzalcoatl. This is Tezcatlipoca. I have no idea what language that comes out of. Izanami. That's a figure from Japanese lore. And Himiko. And definitely legendary and reliable. Kagetsumoi will also introduce her Mao puppets. This is Alice VIII. Yep. Kagetsumoi is using zombie arts as well as puppet arts in these puppets. Apparently Alice IX fought against Alice VIII. Probably part of how she got him to be the 9th. And Alice VIII is quite pleased at being in the having the upper hand in the relationship now. This is Alice V's 11th and 12th. You'll note all they do is laugh. these two's corpses were missing many parts, so she had to work it into this form. Alice, for her part, thinks that this is splendid and compliments Kagetsumoi on her aesthetic taste, although it's creepy as hell. And finally, Alice VI. And this is Alice VIII's grandmother. This one's done pretty well. And Kagetsumoi explains that this one was only lightly wounded and after death was interred in a Confucian temple in the Yamatai region. So the body was taken care of pretty well, so putting it together was fairly easy. As for the remaining Maols, she's got the bodies all lined up, but they've all got heavy wounds that she needs to sew up. Yeah, sounds like fun. Kagetsumoi promises to Alice that she will get all of the world. Alice says she wants all of the worlds. So apparently she has some knowledge of the parallel universes thing. So now we know where we can find some magic string. Alice continues to complain. There's a bit of exploration you can do in this cave if you feel inclined. But of course all we want is the magic string right now. And here we come. It's in this blue chest here, so you'll need to equip Bandit Unlock, Skill 1. And you could come here before viewing the cutscene up top. But if you don't view the cutscene, this chest won't open even if you do have the unlock skill on, unlock ability on. So that done, let's go recruit Chrome. Here we are. She recognizes we have it. So in exchange, she'll join our party. Whom shall we kick out? Maya. Federico comes with Chrome. Vanilla. Chrome would like to inform us that her favorite food is pudding. And we're off. And that will actually conclude our major events for today. But I want to switch around some jobs. Me's a player. I never looked at it, so I kind of forgot. Sylph has a lot of skills, a lot of early jobs mastered, including the thief job. So we don't need to have Elias as a thief anymore. We'll put her on player. Sylph also has the player skill maxed out, so we get to equip her in count 5 times for what we're doing now. Looking through the wiki, I found you could do something interesting here. They have the Berserker's Mask. They're pretty expensive, but allow me to equip it and I'll show you it's pretty useful. So we come and equip those on all of our regular fighters. Ta-da! Now, I mentioned before, you can get sister Lamias and sister Succubi here. There's another sister enemy you could pick instead of this one, the sister Slug, which you can recruit in the Slug Tower, but we're going to be fighting here. Now, double encounters, 5 times encounters, and turn off this skill from the Thief class allows you to turn off ambushes so that the enemies can't ambush you and get a free turn. Double encounters, and double encounters. With this we've got 40 times encounters. And now that all of my characters have Berserk on, they automatically throw some pretty powerful attacks. In fact, they are entirely out of my control until I take those off, making fights go pretty fast. This is even better than a regular attack because they will use skills. So sooner or later these girls should join up. An interesting thing I observed about the Maols. You recall the 3 were named as participating in this Mao war. Each of them is drawn by a different major artist contributing to this game. Well, the series, really. First, Alice VII, the regular Alice V's mother, was drawn by Undo. And Alice VIII was drawn by Setouchi. Alice XVII was drawn by Shiki. You get to know these characters pretty well after. Get to recognize these artists after a while because they contribute a lot. It's also worth noticing that Alice XVI, the one we're familiar with, is drawn by Jingai Modoki, who is also a pretty large contributor as well. Although Alice V's adult form was drawn by Kenko Cross. Kenko Cross draws a lot of monster girls. In fact, you may know that he is the artist of the Monster Girl Encyclopedia. But Jingai Modoki also contributed a number of characters for this game. Notably Minnie, my Phoenix, 3 of the 4 bandits, and the 2 fox girls I specifically recruited. I can't help but notice that this is strangely not giving me any character joins. Oh. Speaking too soon. So that's not one of the girls we need. This is why this is part of the reason why I wanted to set the Berserker status on, because otherwise we might be here a while. Hell, we could be here a while anyway. That makes 2 of 5 enemies in this area that we've recruited. Well, level ups are proceeding in good form. Actually, now that I run the map in my head again, we don't have 40 times encounters, we have 80 times encounters. That achievement means we fought a lot and killed a lot of monsters. This is why it's sometimes frustrating to try and recruit monsters. You know, I previously speculated that the monster's affection for me had no effect. But in light of this, I may have to revise that view. When attempting to do this the first time, I wasn't berserk, so occasionally the monsters would speak out to Luca and we got to answer a trivia question or give our opinion on something, and I was able to raise their affection in that way. And then eventually I did manage to recruit them. But I think I'm done here. Now that Minnie's mastered that, let's put her back on Noble. And actually, most likely everybody now has the encounter 5 times. Nope. The other 3 get to stay on player for a while then. I'm going to buy some more Ama Ama Dango here Eliasberg. And the Slug Tower is off near Midas. Alright, encounter's off. Get to the tower. Now we're at 50 times, 100 times. You know what, Luca, we don't need you. Now here I was able to get a Slug Sister to join my party even when I was berserked. So this should not be long. You know, back in Eliasville, when you investigate the teddy bear in Sonia's house, Elias will jump at the side of it, saying Black Alice, because it reminded her of it, or reminded her of the teddy bear that Black Alice carried around. I can't help but think it might have been the original, just hanging out in Sonia's house for no particular reason. Because Elias has never reacted that way to any other teddy bear. Although that raises the question of why it would be in Sonia's house. But then, do we really need a reason? We may need to entirely revise our theory here. God damn it. So this is the high slug. Unfortunately, it's not the slug I want. finally. So this is the Slug sister. You're going to the castle. And now you will learn why I bought all those Amamadango. In order to get the holy symbol out of Rosario here, you need to get her affection up to 100. And Amamadango happened to be fairly efficient at that, giving 7 apiece, requiring 14. Oh, nope, should have been 15. And here we get our holy symbol. Now we can do Puppy's quest. So let's put Puppy in our party, swapping out for the moment Hilde. These maids can all send us to the front entrance if we want them to. Now in San Ilia, we can go to the Smith's house, speak to him, and he'll recognize we have the holy symbol. So he'll teach Puppy how to make mithril weapons. Yeah, Puppy's pretty talented. It took him years to do this. Now, there's not really any reason to talk to him, but apparently he works for his cat. Pretty nice cat just sitting there hanging out. And now that we've done that, next up we head out into the desert. In order to, well, I'd forget this if I left this out, so let's turn off our encounters first. Oh, apparently at player level 9 you get encounter 5 times, so we get to play with that next time. In any case, next up we're heading out into the desert to reach the Sabasa Castle. Until next time, YouTube.